You to make the most of this opportunity. This is one of your rare chances to walk around and talk to all the different franchise systems. They're keen to talk to you. They're looking for the right people, just like you're looking for the right business opportunity. When you find that match, it really is a fantastic way to get into your own business. I've got the pleasure of introducing our next speaker. I was on my way to a franchising show in Hong Kong in November, and I was very lucky to sit next to Sharon Jurd, one of the other legends in the franchising industry. And there is a book out, Extraordinary Women in Franchising, and Sharon is on the cover, and that's our next speaker. An incredibly impressive woman. She is associated with HydroClean, but also so many other businesses, and has been recognised with a number of awards over the last 25 years. In 2012, the Merit Award, Franchise Woman of the Year, Gold Coast Excellence in Business Award for Emerging Businesses. She was nominated Franchise Woman of the Year in 2013 and Telstra Businesswoman of the Year. She's twice received the prestigious Centurion Award, which is a real estate award, and Customer Choice Awards. Because of Sharon's fast-growing business techniques, she's won so many awards, I'm not going to run through them all, but a wonderful person to talk about franchising and an extraordinary woman in franchising, Miss Sharon Jurd.
Hello everybody, and welcome to my session. I'm going to have very few slides with very little information on them, because what I wanted to do was not bore you over lunchtime. And I will be giving you lots of information about the first 5 years in franchising. At least it's real estate then, we're talking about real estate. So what I wanted to do was firstly tell you a little bit about myself, but that will be very brief, and then I'll get on to some really good content for you. I will be talking about franchisors and franchisees. So who sitting here is a potential franchisee, would like to buy into a franchise possibly and do something like that? Yes. And who are the people sitting here who would really like to franchise their business and become a franchisor? Yeah, I'll talk to you guys later all about that. So yes, my name's Sharon Jurd, and I am the director of HydroClean. We have HydroClean Australia, which is a national franchise company. We're truly national in every state. And we also have HydroClean Global, which we internationally expanded this year. And we're just under 12 months old in our international expansion, and we're in 11 countries already. We, when we first started HydroClean Australia, we expanded dramatically in that area as well. We did 13 franchises in the first 13 months of franchising. So when we do things in HydroClean, we do it quite fast and quite big. I also own HydroClean Gold Coast, so I am a franchisee. So I'm out in amongst it, knowing what's happening in this marketplace. I've got my sleeves rolled up, and I know what's happening with my franchisees as well. I use that as a training bed, and I also innovate and test out new innovations in that franchise. I do something else as well. I normally speak under the banner of Sharon Jurd Events, and that's where I teach people how to grow their businesses. And that's within the franchising world and outside the franchising world. My lovely partner here, John, is giving out some information about that. And I'm the founder of 12-Week Business Academy, which is an online program that helps people grow their businesses, because that's what I like to do. And it's over 12 weeks, 9 modules, fully online, but you get the interaction with me. You get me online, and you get one-on-one help from me, because I try to get to as many people as I can. And the way that I found the best way to do that was to get online with you guys and do that nationally and internationally. So we are going to say, as I said, we're going to talk about how to survive the first 5 years. And I really wanted to start with, when you're going into franchising, you really have to believe in yourself. You've got an idea, you've got even a simple strategy, even if it is up in your head and no one sort of knows all about it, But if you don't truly believe in yourself, then you'll never make that dream realise. And when we started with HydroClean, and we said to people we wanted to do 12 franchises in our first 12 months, people told us we were crazy, absolutely crazy. And they said, look, in your first year, you may do 1, you may do 2 if you're lucky. That's really difficult. I think you're overextending yourself. And what I did was put the blinkers on. So I just said to John, no, we're not going to listen to these people. We're just going to go and do it. Because you know what they say when you're naive, you just don't know any better, so you actually become more successful when you don't know what you're doing. So that's what we did. And we just put our head down, bum up, and did what we thought was right, and we achieved that 13 in 13 months. And so what I wanted to say up first is that, there's lots of positive people here, so rely on that. But when you hear those negative people come into your life, just take it on board, accept what they're saying, but don't follow in their footsteps, because what happens is that it's not their dream, it's your dream. And they don't have to understand what you're doing or why you're doing it. Only you do, and the potential franchisees and amongst your brand. And what I ask of you is when they say that to you, go, yep, they've got a valid comment, but they're not in my shoes and they're not walking my steps, so I'm going to keep going on my journey, and I'm not going to stop. And yes, is it tough in franchising? It's tough in business. It's tough in life. You always have challenges come left, right and centre. Franchising is no different. It's no better or worse. It's just the fact that, we have these challenges. And I say in business, it's actually problem solving. Every day you're problem solving. But you can look at that as a negative, or you can see that as a positive. Great? Good. Let's make sure this is working properly. The number one thing that I wanted to tell everybody is don't be lazy. I wanted to start with this as my number one. I have had a lot of people come to me in my HydroClean business and say, I'm lazy, I don't want to do any marketing, I want you as a franchisor to do everything for me, I just want you to bring the business in and I'll go and do the work. Now, how many of us realise that's not reality? Hands up. Yeah, sure. What I wanted to say is that both franchisors and franchisees can't be lazy. If you're a potential franchisor or are a franchisor, there's systems to build, there's processes to run, there's training, ongoing looking after your franchisee. When you're starting a franchise, you have to think about long-term commitment to your franchisees, because it's the most important thing is to make sure that your franchisees are successful. If you're a franchisee, then you can't rely totally on the franchisor. Yes, you're buying a great product or service, you're buying a great system, you're buying great knowledge, you're buying the support in the long term, but really you have to go out there and do it yourself. They will supply you with some marketing campaigns, but go out into your local area and do what you need to do, because it's your business. And at the end of the day, you go, the buck stops with me. I'm not going to finger point at somebody else. I've done everything I could possibly do to make this business survive, and I've done everything I can, and that's why I'm now succeeding. Point number 2 is know your why. What am I? No. Thank you. I'll get to the next one. Know your why. Why are you doing this? Why are you becoming a franchisor? Why are you becoming a franchisee? You might say, I'm becoming a franchisee because I need the support, I don't want to be alone. Yes, that's great, but what I want to ask you is, when you're choosing the brand you want to be with, it's the why are you choosing that brand? Now, some people might say, I want to help people be the best person that they can possibly be in their life. Now, when they say that, that may mean that they can choose a number of franchises that will help them do that. That might be in the beauty industry, it may be in the food industry. So you can use different mediums to get your end result. Now, in HydroClean, we are very passionate about the environment. Now, we could have helped people have a better environment under a number of brands. So look at the deeper thoughts of how do I really want to help people and what brands can get me to that end result. Because you're in business to help people. Yeah, we all make money, we want profit, we want the bottom line, but really what we're after is helping people have a better life. If we're selling franchises, sometimes we're giving the opportunity to people to buy a business for the very first time. And that's exciting. Scary, yes, but exciting. And then you have a look at the end product, if you're a franchisee, and go, is this my core values? Is this what I believe in? In HydroClean, our guys are really passionate about helping the environment and helping that customer breathe healthy air. And the Asthma Foundation has now endorsed us exclusively because we were so passionate about that. So when you choose, as a franchisee, when you're choosing that brand, make sure that they have the core values. And the guys that were just up here on the stage, I heard them speak about it. Think about what your beliefs are. Ask those guys out there what their beliefs are. Because all of them are great systems, great support, great marketing, all of those. Sorry. Get good people around you. You can't do this on your own. Whether you're a franchisor or a franchisee, you cannot do this on your own. Yes, I am a business coach, and the first thing I say is get a good business coach. But it's not a sales pitch. It is about getting even good mentors. You don't have to employ a full-time business coach, but get amongst people who are doing what you want to achieve. If you're a franchisor and you want to build your brand, go and look for those people who have built their brand and hang around them. If you're a franchisee, hang around those people who are franchisees and are building their business from the ground up. And the first thing that I did in HydroClean was join the Franchising Council of Australia, because I wanted to be around like-minded people, and I participated, I attended the events. And what I did, I got introduced to people who were smarter than me, right? I wasn't the brainiest person in the room. And I didn't want to be, because I wanted them to mentor me, show me. And everyone in the Franchising Council of Australia that I've experienced can't go out of their way enough to help me. All I had to do was ask. And I just said, I need help with this. Who can help me with this? And they did. So look for those organisations, even outside the franchising industry, but the industry you're in. We're in air conditioning. So we look at, resort managers and air conditioning industries. We just presented down at ARBS, which is the Air Conditioning Industry Expo. So you have to participate. If you sit in your little cocoon, what will happen is that you won't get the help. You'll say there's no help there for you when there is a myriad of avenues to get help. And the Franchising Council of Australia's got to stand here as well, and they'll help you with all the information. As with me, I'll hang around after this talk here. If you want my contact details, I'll give you my business card, direct email. I am happy to help with asking any of your questions in your journey. Tip number 4, be your true self. If you're a franchisee, don't go to the franchisor and pretend you're going to work all day, every day. You may not want to work in the business. You might want to work on it. Some brands rely on you being within the business. If you don't want to do that, then please don't go into a brand that says, that you need to be working in there for a certain amount of time if you know very well you're not. If you go, I'm not really good with people, find a brand that doesn't deal direct with that customer, contact, that you can have other people in your business to do that for you. Because, at least when that guy came in to me and said, I'm lazy, I want you to do all the marketing, I want you to find all the clients, and I'll just go and do the work, at least he was honest. At least we went, hey, we're not suited to each other now. And I'm sure he went and found a brand that probably would require, or suit him better. So when you're talking as a franchisee, talking to that franchisor, just be honest. We have people come to us and say, I want to work between school hours. I have commitments. Find the brand that will do that for you. As a franchisor, in HydroClean, we tell the story quite often that we said no to more people than we have said yes to. Because we wanted to build a brand that had our same core values and beliefs, that were heading in the same direction as us, because we're in a marriage for 5, 10, 15 years, and I would look at that person and go, do I want to talk to this guy every day? No. And they didn't want to talk to me. It was two-way street. You know, it's an interview process both ways. Because if we brought those people on, we would have had a chaotic brand now. We're 6 years in and we're having renewals. We aren't at arbitration. We don't have upset franchisees. We're having our conference the midweek in August the 13th. We have 2 people not coming. It shows the strength of our brand because we said no. So don't be scared to say no when you're going through this process. Because if you're just looking at that bottom line, that's not the way you should make a decision. And point number 5 is have good documents and records. Write down the conversations you're having with the franchisor and the franchisee. And I'm saying, yes, you need legal documents, but I'm not talking about that right now. We all know that we need the solicitor and we need to get those documents in order. What I'm talking about is those conversations you're having. Because if you're on the wrong page when you get into a 5-year or 10-year document, there's going to be issues straight away. Confirm it in writing. We've just had a telephone conversation and this is what we've agreed to. Are you on the same page as me? Yes or no? Nut out all of that stuff straight away, and then during the 5 years you put the documents in the drawer and you don't look at them again until renewal. And you shouldn't have to, because you've got all those conversations done. And then no one is going to get upset with each other. So that's my top 5. But this is a saying that I use in my office, and I'm going to ask you some questions shortly, because I do want to answer some questions. I don't want to just stand here and talk. But this is one quote that I talk about all the time, and that's people run the systems and the systems run the business. And often people think, you know, business owners think that it's people run the business, and it's not. There's a step in between. And when you're looking for a franchise, if you're a franchisee and you're looking for a franchise company, if you go into that brand, what I suggest to do is make sure you are following the systems. Now, we know in real life that only 1 in 5 businesses survive outside of the franchising industry. When we're inside the franchising industry, it's about 3 or 4. We've got a better rate. But in reality, it's not 100% of people survive in the industry, in any industry. We'd like it to be 100%, but it's not. So how do you make your success greater? The chances of that success greater is following the systems. They're proven, and you can look at any brand here, and I don't know every brand here, but I'm suggesting if you do, I would 100% guarantee that the most successful people in their brand are the people who are following this system, without a doubt. And that's what I do in my real life. Outside of franchising, if someone suggests do some online marketing, I will follow their system to the T, because I know that when I do, it will succeed. And so you look at the brands, if you're a franchisee, and go, can I follow their systems to the letter of the law? Because I know that will almost guarantee my success. And if you can, then that's the brand for you. If you're a franchisor, then you've got to say, have I got the greatest systems to make it easy for my franchisees to succeed? And that's what we did with HydroClean. We didn't complicate a simple, brand. We had people wanting us to complicate it. We're going, no. It's very simple. This is what you need to do. This is the dialogue. This is the process, because we go out into clients' homes. No, you put a mat down at the front door so you don't dirty their floors. You introduce yourself by name, and there's a set process we do to give that customer a really, really great experience. Because there's nothing sexy about cleaning air conditioners, right? Does there anyone here dream about getting their air conditioners cleaned? No. And so we had to educate the clients that they had to get their air conditioner cleaned, but also we had to create an experience that people wanted to do it again and again. Because, you know, air conditioning cleaning is probably the last thing they want to do. And so that's what we did. We created an experience around what we did. So if you're a franchisor or a potential franchisor sitting here, look at your experience around that customer and implement those little things that are very important. When we go out to a client, we give a little packet of jelly beans, the little blue and white ones. And the importance of the jelly beans is very significant. We quality control all of our franchisees and randomly contact our clients and say, you know, how was your experience around HydroClean? And they always, I think it's running at about 98% of people say they love the jelly beans. Before they mention the clean air conditioner and all the things that we did for them, right? So we incorporate that into our franchisees training, going, it's important to put the jelly beans in because it's giving a great experience. And so when you're thinking about your own business, you go, how am I giving this client, this customer, a really great experience? Because you can be a hairdresser and anyone can cut hair. I say that loosely, but there's hundreds of hairdressers here in Gold Coast and Brisbane. But people buy the experience. And when people apply into the HydroClean brand to become a franchisee, there is an experience around that as well. And we work very hard to supply us experience. We've got a great product, we know that. We've got a great marketing strategy, we've got great systems. Let's have a fantastic experience. So if there's a quick question, I've got, 2 minutes? Has anyone got any questions for me? Someone has to have a question because everyone just gets on and off the stage. And I don't want to do that today. Someone got a question? No? Okay, I'll leave it. Yes, you got a question? No. Okay, I'll leave it there. Thank you very much for having me and staying around. And I'll leave it to the guys to introduce the next speaker. And I will be hanging around at the back of the area here with my business card if you want to contact me directly or also ask me any questions. I'm happy to help out. So thank you very much.